Hello everybody and welcome to By His Grace Fishing. If this is your first time here, please subscribe below, hit that notification bell, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I've been waiting on a night just like tonight. We've had a good warm rain, the ground's wet, and it's that time of year. We're going to do a little bit of a different video tonight. Tonight I'm going to show you how to catch some Tennessee Nightcrawlers. So stick around, I'll show you what we get. Alright everybody. It has just rained. We had a good warm rain. And I'll just tell you right now, not every place is going to have big night crawlers. A good place to check is around barns, especially old barns, around old garden spots. And you always want a spot, if you can find it, that has got short grass. And what happens on these warm nights after a warm rain, these night crawlers will come up to breed. And you will see holes in the ground. We'll find a couple holes here. And you'll have a worm come up out of each hole, and of course they'll just lay across the ground and they'll mate. Right here, I'll show you, is a worm going back in his hole. Right there. And what he's doing is he's crawling out of that hole right there to mate with another worm that has not come up yet. Here's one right here. The problem with trying to find these worms at night, I don't know if you can see that big long worm right here. I'm going to touch him right here. The problem with these worms is when you try to get them at night, they're very sensitive to light. Here are two right here that are breeding. These two right here are breeding. Got one right here and one that was over there. And he will go right back in his hole. As soon as I walk away, about 10 minutes time, he'll be right back up. But this is a spot right here that is in front of an old barn, and it's an old path that a tractor takes to take hay in and out of the field. And it's a really good spot to check. Like I said, old garden spots that haven't been planted or tilled, and sometimes garden spots that have been tilled are pretty good spots also. As long as there's not a whole lot of fertilizer out, because they will not get around a lot of fertilizer. Old cow pastures are a very good place to check. And it may creep some people out, but some old cemeteries are very good areas to try to look for these worms. And we're not talking about just small red worms or earthworms. These are pretty large night crawlers. But I'm going to see if we can get a couple of them here, and I'll show you. We've got a cup, and I'll show you how to catch a few of these things. You have to be pretty quick grabbing a hold of them, and they will try to pull back into the hole. The problem with that is if you pull too hard, you will pull the worm apart, and that worm will die. So you want to just hold on to the worm and let that worm release itself. But we're going to see if we can get us about a dozen of them here and see what we can come up with. The problem is I'm going to have to run this light, this headlamp that I've got on, pretty bright. And we may scare a lot of them, and we're going to be looking for some bigger worms. Got one right here, but I don't know if we can be quick enough to catch him or not. We were too slow, so we're just going to scan around here and see if we can find some nice worms here. Like I said, it's going to be hard with this headlamp on, because these worms are very sensitive to light, and they do not like it. Alright, we've got two that are breeding right here. Let's see if we can get one of them. Alright, we've got one right here. We're just going to hold on to him, just slightly pull. Ground's wet, and he's going to release, come up out of this hole, and we have got a big night crawler right there. We're going to stick him in our cup. We've got a couple more right here. We're going to get this one because it's out further. We're going to just slightly pull because we don't want to tear him. And there he is coming up out of the ground. Right there. That's another big nightcrawler right there. So let's put him in our cup. We're not going to get too many right here in one area. We'll get a couple here and there. We've got 2 so far. Here's another big one. He shot in the hole on us. Here's a big one right here. Right there. Just going to slowly pull. And there he is. Another big nightcrawler. Hope we dropped you there. There's 3. Scan around and we'll see if we can find us a few more here. See a smaller one. Here's one laid out almost all the way across the ground. We're going to try to get him pretty quick. Oh, he almost got away. Just going to slowly pull. He's holding on. All right, we got him here. Did we get the whole thing? We got him. All right, there we go. Scanning the ground here. You got to be very slow as you walk also. We've got a couple right here. All right, we got him. Come on. Here we go. Another nice big nightcrawler. Nice nightcrawler. It's a lot easier to do this when you got both hands. There's another big one right here. Oh man. Barely got him. But we got him. All right. Here's another big one right here. Oh, we moved too quick. Here's one right here also. Oh, we were too slow on him also. Here's one almost completely out of the ground. Here we go. Another big nightcrawler. Let's put him in our cup. Okay, here's another big one. Oh, we missed that one. Here's one that's almost out of the ground. Oh, we got him. We've got him. Another nice nightcrawler. Alright. Let's go check another place here because we've scared a lot of these in. Sometimes you can find these worms around barns that have an exterior light, and they're not quite as skittish because they're used to seeing some light. And sometimes you can find them around houses where they have an exterior light, and they're not as afraid. There's one right here. I don't think we're ever going to get him though. I think we're two. Yeah, we can get him. We got him. There we go. There's another nice worm right there. Let's put him in our cup. We're looking for just some bigger worms. Here's one right here. Oh, we got him. He was completely out of the ground. Here's another one out of the ground. Oh, I don't think we... Oh, man. We missed him. He was a big one, too. The wetter the ground you can find these in, the easier they are to pull out of the holes. Just walk lightly. And if you're not using a camera like I am right now, you can shine your light kind of indirectly at them. So it doesn't scare them quite as much. There's a small one. One. Big one right there. He ran off pretty quick. There's a big one right here. He's in there pretty good. There we go. Another nice nightcrawler. Here's a big one. Another nice one. Got one more right here. Oh yeah, he's a big one. And there we go, right there. I think we've got some more right in here. Here's a big one over here. Oh, he's going in. I don't know if we can ever catch him or not. We're going to try though. We got the head of it. Oh, we missed him. Here's another one though. All right. Another nice nightcrawler. There's a big one right there. Just have to pull them real slow. Nice nightcrawler. Cup's starting to get full there. Back in there. Ooh, here's a big one. Here we go. There's a big one right here. He's trying to go back in. Oh, come on. We missed him. Here's another one right here. Another nice worm. We'll get us just a couple more here. There's one right here in front of us. Here we go, right here. Oh, we missed him. There's another one though. Oh, we missed that one too. Oh, we got this one. Oh, it's a big one right there. That is a big one. All right, we got a big one right here. Come on, we got a lot of grass with that one. There we go. Another nice worm. Throw a little bit of that grass in there with him. We'll get some wet leaves. Here's one right here, just hanging out. Oh, we got him. There we go. I'm gonna get us just a couple more. Those are a little small. I want to leave these. And don't just get all the worms in one place. Kind of skip around. If you find a place that has a lot of them, you can skip around and get them. And as long as you don't get greedy and take them all, these things will keep breeding off. We'll see if there's any coming back out where we walked through. There's one right there. Another nice worm. Oh, there's a big one. nice big fat one. I think we're gonna call it quits at that right there. That's about all we're gonna need for our next fishing trip, except for this great big one right here. Man, he's big. Come on. Come on out. Maybe our biggest one tonight. That is a big worm. Alright. We're going to quit at that. What we're going to do now is we're going to get a little bit of this dirt, some leaves. Really don't want any sticks in here. Got some leaves, some small pieces of leaves. Get a little bit of this loose dirt. A little bit more loose dirt here. And I think that right there will pretty much do it. These worms will come up in here and they'll channel some holes. In that right there and kind of disperse through it. And that's pretty much it. That right there is how you catch your Tennessee Nightcrawlers. Lord, thank you for these worms. We'll use them to try to catch some fish. I want to thank everybody for watching and supporting this channel. And until next time, God bless and have a good day.